I'm Professor Wenjuan, Associate Professor of the Law School, and also Assistant Dean for International Collaborations. Actually, I'm also leading the Center for India and China Studies.
Hello, my name is Dr. Sarbani. I teach at the Jindal Global Law School. I'm an associate professor and an executive director at the Center for Public Law and Jurisprudence.
Now we are going to introduce you the course. You might be curious, why compare constitutional law between India and China? Does China have constitutional law? Yes, we have. Actually, we also have a vibrant debate on how to better enforce the constitutional law. You might also be curious about why compare between India and China? India assumes liberal democracy, China is a party state. Why? This is the reason. Both countries are responsible for the biggest population in the world. Actually, they pursue different political paths for their modernization. They both have strength and weakness. And all these are from the constitution. So this is why we want to have this comparison. And you also need to understand, actually, the constitutional law in China has been really under-researched in Indian context. Now, I'll give the floor to Professor Sarbani to introduce the details of this course.
The course will be divided into 13 weeks with 1 week for a review at the end of the course. The way in which we would like to divide the topics, we'll start with an introductory session where we'll talk about the idea of a constitution and constitutionalism as it has historically developed. How has this idea developed in the context of Western democracies? Does the same idea apply to China? Or what is the difference in the way in which the Chinese government or the party would look upon the constitution or a constitutional tradition? So that would be the first week. In the second week and the following weeks, we'd be looking at the role that the constitution plays in each country's legal system. The constitution traditionally structures political authority between the various institutions of government. We'll compare how the constitution does that in the context of India and China. We'll also look at the rights provisions in the constitutions of both these countries. How are these rights enforced? What role the courts play? What is the power of review that the courts exercise in relation to right structures? We'll also consider ways in which the constitution can be amended or transformed as each generation experiences the constitution differently based on new social issues and problems that might arise. And lastly, we'll have a conclusionary session where we arrive at some conclusions about how the Chinese constitutional model might differ from more traditional models like the American or the French or the British models, which have influenced or heavily influenced shaping of the Indian constitution.
Okay, so look forward to see you in the class.
Really looking forward to seeing a lot of you enjoying the course and planning to join the course.
Thanks.
Thank you.